Housing isn't about the bricks and the mortar. It's about the people. It's about what happens on the inside. It's about the opportunity that we provide families and individuals. In my first several years, really getting to know the mission, getting to know the company, getting to know my colleagues, the number one thing that they would all say in every conversation I was having is, we need more housing.
I've worked at housing assistance for 5 years now, and unfortunately, a lot of our time has been spent telling people no, housing is not really affordable to them.
With each home ownership lottery that we do, we see a 10-to-1 ratio, units available to number of people applying. So the demand out there is really strong for all income levels, all unit types.
What we struggle with is we have programs and we have resources, but that brick and mortar piece of a roof and a door and windows is a lot of times what's lacking. So taking what's already available, repurposing it, giving it new life and new purpose while we're also developing makes a huge difference in what we're able to offer. For several years, we considered what we wanted to do with our existing properties. So this past year, we consolidated 3 of our family shelters into one center, the Family Empowerment Center in Dennis, which houses 67 families, all with children, to provide greater programming, greater efficiency, and more opportunities for community involvement. So we looked at repurposing those 3 remaining properties so that we could give tools to our staff, give programs to the community, and make sure that we were providing the full spectrum of housing services. So at Angel House, our property in Hyannis, on one of the buildings on the property, we created the Cape's first transitional housing program specifically for youth and young adults who are under the age of 25. That program opened in June. It provides 2 years of deep supportive services, and that property was filled immediately. The other buildings on the property are a mix of apartments and an office building. So we use those apartments to transition families out of our family shelter who are looking for deeper stability, longer term support post-shelter so that they can really work on stabilization, reducing their dependence on benefits so that they can be independent and self-sufficient moving forward. And at the Village of Katamet, we now have long-term housing for people facing homelessness.
The fact that housing assistance has created these units over at the Village of Katamet has given our folks the opportunity to put a roof over their heads, but also build something that will lead them on to their longer term goals.
These transformations are a good example of how coordination and hard work and creativity allows us to take what we already have and build it into something bigger so that we can provide families on the Cape the opportunity to grow and strive and imagine different lives than what they would have had without those resources.
Over the last couple of years, we've really ramped up our housing development efforts. We've completed a 39-unit project in Mashpee, LeClaire Village.
My prayers have surely been answered, so thank you. And we can't wait to move in. We're excited.
We've completed a 42-unit project in Bourne called Cape View Way, and we're just finishing up a 14-unit rental development in Orleans at 107 Main Street. At the same time, we've started a home ownership line of housing, so we've started Cornerstone Homes, which is going to be focusing specifically on home ownership, not rental. So the idea is to give people an opportunity to get that starter home or that first condo so they can step up from a rental into a long-term ownership opportunity. On Cape Cod, there's limited land available to be developed. There's obviously a lot of land that is in conservation or should be protected. So whenever we can, we're looking for opportunities to redevelop land that's already been developed. We're really excited to be starting a new project in Orleans. This is on a piece of land that the town of Orleans purchased, Governor Prent's Inn, and it's a partnership between Housing Assistance Corporation, Preservation of Affordable Housing, and Habitat for Humanity Cape Cod. What we're really excited about this project is that it's going to be a mix of lower income rental and then also home ownership for low to moderate income and also up to some higher income limits as well.
But our work doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop today. And this is our moment What's our community going to look like in 20 more years? We can stay on this trajectory and have a Cape Cod that none of us recognize, where our kids and our grandkids can't live and work here. Or we can have a Cape Cod for all of us, where our kids can own a home, where we know that there's a future for our businesses, where it's not just for second homeowners and for the rich and famous to visit, that it's for artists, policemen, teachers. It's for all of us. That's the Cape Cod that we're trying to build.